inside line. Perez goes off the track, cuts the chicane, off goes Leclerc, through goes Hamilton. Unbelievable stuff coming out of the final corner. Perez and Leclerc going for it. Hamilton says thank you very much. Another thing opens up for him.
And Perez comes up the inside, he's taking the place back. Hamilton hangs it out around the outside. He's run out of road. Leclerc's still in the hunt as well.
So Leclerc trying to get that place back from Hamilton. He has. Hamilton was forced off the track. I wonder what will be said about that. But goes through Charles Leclerc, who's got DRS to pull away from Lewis Hamilton. And arriving on the scene, well, of course he is, Fernando Alonso and Lando Norris as well. 5 cars separated by about 20 metres here. Perez goes through. Hamilton gets just blocked a little bit by Leclerc. Here comes Fernando Alonso down towards Cobbs.
Hamilton had to get out of the throttle. He was pushed to the outside there, and Alonso then couldn't make anything of that.
We're on board now with Lewis Hamilton, who's going to try and pull off yet another overtake, and he's getting closer to the Ferrari. He's getting closer to the Ferrari. He's going to have to go round the outside at Stowe. Oh, thought for one moment he might get the chance. Leclerc forces him wide, and now it's down to braking at the Vale chicane. Leclerc's got that inside line for the first part of the chicane and covers off Hamilton to keep him at bay. 5 laps to go at the British Grand Prix. Hamilton trying to get on the podium for what will be a record-breaking 13th time at a single event, and Charles Leclerc is doing his damnedest to prevent that. There goes Hamilton round the outside at Brooklands. No, can't get past there, but he forces Charles Leclerc wide, and now through Luffield, he's just inching ahead, urged on by the crowd, the roars of the crowd, willing Hamilton back onto the podium, and he does move up into 3rd place. Can he hold that position though, going into Cobbs? They're going side by side, Leclerc and Hamilton through Cobbs. Wow, what great drama, what great entertainment. And there is Charles Leclerc still ahead of Lewis Hamilton.
This is Eau Rouge, and that's the side of a 7-time world champion, getting closer and closer still. He's won this Grand Prix on 4 occasions. He's trying to take the lead from Charles Leclerc, now with the help of DRS, out of the slipstream to the race lead for Lewis Hamilton, and we have a new leader. The 7-time world champion is at the front of the field. Hamilton leads the Belgian Grand Prix.
Yeah, he was a bit doom and gloom yesterday with the Mercedes' potential of dry race pace, but in the first 2.5 laps, he's executed a perfect start. He's cleared Sergio Perez, and he's got his head down, and he's unlocking some pace in that Mercedes. Just sweeping past Leclerc. There was nothing the Ferrari driver could do there. That is the benefit of DRS and a nice, juicy slipstream as well down the Kemmel Straight.
Here's another battle. Car's whip has been left by the Ferrari driver, and car's whip taken by the Mercedes driver of Lewis Hamilton, who hammers through up to 6th position. That's a good recovery drive if you consider he was not in a good place earlier on, didn't enjoy getting the team order to let George back through, but Hamilton rescuing at least a few points and 6th place. Hamilton to the inside, Hamilton to 2nd position, he gets past Charles Leclerc. The crowd no longer have Sergio Perez to clear, but they enjoyed that move at the first turn of the racetrack. Hamilton going for that medium tyre early, and it's made a difference. He's up to 2nd position, and he's 2.5 seconds away from Max Verstappen.
Yeah, but can he, as Hinchford was asking at the start of this race, can he make that tyre go the distance, or does he already know he's going to hustle as he pulled out of the slipstream, ran right to the white line, and you can see the offset in speed. Leclerc's closing it down, but you know, crucially left enough space for Hamilton to get that past on. Small correction of oversteer, as understandably arriving at that apex on a shallow line with a lot more speed.
We join the 5-time Grand Prix winner as he attempts to make that move, and Hamilton, oh, he's going the long way round now. Hamilton covers the inside line, and that is exactly what Charles Leclerc was looking for.
Wow, round of applause for that man. He, you know, it's an interesting one when you approach a really high-speed braking corner like that, as a cone is lying there on the track. That's obviously been picked up and hit by someone. You know, it's not that windy here. I don't know how that's found its way onto the track, but that was decisive, brave stuff. And you know, he didn't leave Hamilton much room on the inside.
Here goes Hamilton on lap 50. Oh, and he tries to get past Leclerc and goes off the track. Has Hamilton gone through? Yes, he has. He's into the lead by the time they get into Maggots. It was almost another Cops collision, but Hamilton has put his Mercedes into the lead. Charles Leclerc's led every single lap of this race, but on lap 50, he's now settling for second spot, and Hamilton gives the British fans some British cheer. Well, look at this. How close were we to another Cops collision? Hamilton was behind Leclerc, ran wide, and then just got onto a bit of AstroTurf, a bit of dirty stuff, and had to move out of it.
Hamilton had lifted out of it, but unfortunately, Charles is busy focusing a part of his energy on the Mercedes. He's run wide.
Here's an opportunity for the Ferrari in sixth position to turn it into fifth to the inside. The two future teammates nearly banging wheels. And Charles Leclerc's looking for fifth place, but Lewis Hamilton doesn't want to give it up yet. And Hamilton versus Leclerc is resuming next year, but is that a preview of what's to come? Because Hamilton takes it back, or can he? No, sweeping around the outside to finally claim fifth place. Well, if that's a sign of things to come, bring it on.
Just a bit of wheel to wheel. It's great racing, wasn't it? Went through all the way up towards turn 4 as well. Let's have another look. Big slipstream for Leclerc. This is the closest he was. Went down the inside. The thing is with this first corner, it encourages you to hold it round the outside. Lewis gave Charles plenty of space. It wasn't quite like the Piastri-Russell moment. And then he has the inside for turn 2, at which point Leclerc was very aggressive at holding it around the outside, and they were really respectful with each other, actually.
But this could be a chance now.
Yeah, he is gaining once again. Mercedes won't care too much if Hamilton's losing tyre life, because if Bottas can then pick up the baton, they can still put Leclerc under pressure. They want to win as a team, of course. Either driver, I'm sure, will do for them.
But once again, Leclerc's got the better car off Parabolic, and Lewis in the turbulent air is struggling. He then can't make enough up with DRS.
But he's
and
closer.
Slipstream.
He's closer this time around, Hamilton. It's how they now exit from this chicane.
It is indeed, but Leclerc's error at Ascari put them in touch. But as soon as Lewis gets right on the gearbox of that Ferrari, he's hurting in the critical Parabolica corner.
And once again, Valtteri Bottas with a much faster lap than the first and second car here, and he's now 2.7 seconds behind his teammate Lewis Hamilton. As through and out of the De La Roggia chicane comes Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton. Oh, lock up from Lewis Hamilton goes on into the runoff area at that first chicane. Well, they're already cheering in the grandstands for that one, and it has cost him second. Lewis Hamilton, after putting the pressure on Charles Leclerc to make mistakes, has now made one himself, and he goes on at the first chicane, and Valtteri Bottas takes second place.